This may look, unfortunately, very familiar to you, and in this video I'm going to be covering all the details on how to keep this from happening, as well as how to store, clean, and protect your brushes. This video is part of a series that I have been releasing, so be sure to look at the description below, and if you want to start at the beginning, the videos are all listed in order just to make things nice and easy for you. And if you have any questions, please comment below and I'll be sure to answer them. When you first purchase a brand new brush, you may find that there's this little plastic tube on the end. I highly suggest that you do away with this once you get home. Really, this tube is just meant to help protect it during the shipping process and while it's at the store. Just take the tube off and get rid of that once you get home. We'll talk a little bit later about how to properly store your brush if you're concerned about keeping that beautiful shape. The other thing that you probably notice is that it's very likely, especially in the higher end brushes, to have a little bit of sizing on the brush. Just keeps the bristles rigid and protects it during the shipping process. But fear not, once you get home, you can take that brush, wet the bristles, and it will be that soft, supple brush of your dreams. At the end of your painting session, it's important to store your brushes properly. So you certainly never want the brush to dry with paint on it. It can not only stain the bristles, but it can eat away at the integrity of the brush. So it definitely needs to go away clean. You don't have to use warm water or even soap, but you can use just tepid water. So something that is just sort of room temperature is ideal. Now this brush is dry, but if I wanted to retain its shape while it is unused, I could wet the brush. You certainly want to wipe any excess water away from your brush, and if you want, you can take some natural soap, glycerin soap, or brush cleaner. It conditions the bristles, but also helps to kind of mold it back into that beautiful, pristine shape. It's totally optional. This is an extra step. If you're in a studio environment and you want to store your brushes upright, you certainly can do so. Now, the only thing is, if you're storing your brush upright, you do want to make sure that as much water is out of that as possible, because the water can travel down the ferrule and end up cracking and busting the wooden handle. This brush is a perfect example of what happens when you leave your brush sitting in water in the cup, or you don't dry your brush as much as possible and you leave it storing upright in a cup. So both cases, the water can travel down the ferrule and get absorbed by the wooden handle and bloat the wood and bust off your paint, and it can also loosen the glue on your ferrule. So make sure that you're always drying your brushes and putting them away carefully until the next time you're ready to paint. You can use bamboo mats, sew two placemats together that have little pocketed slots. My preference is to keep them in a case like this because it has a zippered pouch and it keeps the brushes from sliding out. I've been teaching for over 25 years and I've seen a lot of students lose their brushes in those rolled up cases because they slide out the top. So that zipper just offers a little bit of extra containment and I think is a huge asset. What I love about this particular construction is that it's quite rigid, so there's no concern with my brushes getting broken or bent while in storage. And I take this one traveling with me as well. I think it's absolutely brilliant. There's so many pockets to it here. I can keep my brushes nice and organized and in place. And I've got so many slots. I can use pencils. I've even got an extra pocket that I can store my pens when I'm doing pen and ink, and even erasers as well. So lots of room for multiple different styles and sizes of brushes. And then finally, I can just close it up and zip it up, and there's no chance of losing any brushes. And then because this is not an airtight container, any extra humidity that was left in the bristles can escape freely. And once again, we don't want mold or mildew building up on our brushes. So You can check out the links below for my recommendation for a brush case just like this. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to comment, to like, and even hit that super thanks for me, which is down below. That really helps to support me and allows me to continue creating this free content for you right here on my art channel.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy painting as always. See you the next time.